This video is created for entertainment, storytelling, and symbolic interpretation only. It does not claim to establish historical, scientific, or legal facts. The narrative explores symbolism, psychology, internet folklore, and cultural phenomena through a creative lens. And so let's begin the reading on internet folklore, which is known as Slender Man. Let's get into it. Alright, so the most dangerous monsters are rarely the ones hiding in the dark. They're the ones we create together and eventually begin to believe. In 2009, a faceless figure stepped out of a digital photograph and into the imagination of millions. It had no official history, no ancient legend, no archaeological evidence, and no eyewitness record, which stretching back through centuries. It began as a fiction, yet something extraordinary happened. People didn't simply read the story, they expanded it. Thousands of strangers added new characters, new encounters, new uh, side things, until the boundary between storytelling and shared belief became increasingly difficult to recognize. The real mystery was never whether the figure existed. The real mystery was why so many minds were willing to make room for it. Human psychology has always searched for patterns inside uncertainty. When fear meets imagination, the mind naturally fills empty spaces with meaning. A shadow becomes a watcher, a coincidence becomes a sign, a rumor becomes a memory that never actually happened. The internet accelerated this process, unlike anything before it. Every illustration, every anonymous post, every edited photograph, and every fictional testimony became another brick in a story that no single person controlled anymore. It transformed into something much larger than its creator ever intended. And perhaps that is why this legend feels different from older myths. It wasn't inherited from previous generations. We watched it being born. We participated in its growth. And that changes the relationship between fiction and belief. But then came the moment that changed everything. A fictional character crossed into the real world, not because it suddenly became real, but because belief influenced real human decisions. The tragedy involving young girls in Wisconsin became a painful reminder that stories, even fictional ones, can have profound psychological consequences when combined with vulnerability, mental illness, social isolation, or disordered, uh, distorted perception of reality. That event permanently changed how the world viewed internet folklore. It was no longer just entertainment, it became evidence that ideas themselves possesses extraordinary influence. But perhaps the figure in the forest was never the true subject of the story. Maybe the faceless silhouette presents something hidden inside ourselves, our fear of the unknown, our attraction to forbidden mysteries, our instinct to search for meaning where none objectively exists. The deeper one explores these legends, the more another realization emerges. Every culture creates its own monsters, not because monsters are waiting to be discovered, but because every generation expresses its deepest anxieties through new symbols. For example, yesterday it was ghosts, today it is digital myths, tomorrow it may be something entirely different. Technology changes, but human nature does not. That may be the most unsettling truth of all, because the next legend is probably already being written somewhere online. One image, one story, one shared belief at a time. And just like before, millions of people may unknowingly help bring it to life, not as a supernatural being, but as an idea powerful enough to shape reality through the choices people make. Perhaps the greatest mystery has never been whether monsters exist. Perhaps the greatest mystery is how easily ordinary people can can transform fiction into something that feels undeniably real. Thank you for watching.